Welcome back. Hopefully you didn't drool too much over 猪租车. Here we start off a little easier with 还是, second tone, fourth tone. Two very common characters, 还 meaning still or yet, and 是 we recognize as to be. Together they form 还是 meaning or. 后面 two fourth tones. I'll start by explaining the second character, 面. It's a marker for direction, but it doesn't mean any specific direction in itself. And it has no English equivalent. So it almost always occurs in pairs like this, where the word to the left indicates the type of direction, and this 面 tells us that it is a direction or a relative place of some sort. So in this case, we have 后面, meaning back or behind. Same here with 前面, second tone, fourth tone, meaning front. We see the 面 as the second character, so we know it's a direction or a relative place. And for example, when I want to sit up front in a car, I would use this 前面, meaning front. 里, third tone. And we already know one meaning of this 里 character as a unit of length. But the most common usage is probably this one, inside. And as with all prepositions, we put it last instead of first. So we say 杯子里, where in English we would have said in the cup. So 里, third tone, meaning inside as one meaning. And now that we know how to say in something, we need more good nouns to actually be in. And such a noun is 房子, second tone, fifth tone, house. And as usual, we can guess that it is a noun if we just see these two characters, since it ends with a 字. So 房子, house. 和, second tone, meaning and. Very useful now that you're actually starting to build up a bit of a larger base of words, so that you can bind two sentences together. But 和 is not as broad as and is in English, but the most common usages are the same. Another great word to use when creating longer sentences is 但是, but. Again, we recognize 是 to the right as to be, and combined with 但 it forms 但是, but. 辆, fourth tone. We previously learned the wonderful word 出租车, and we will learn some more vehicles soon. 辆 is the measure word used for all vehicles, and you can recognize most of them by the 车 character, which literally means vehicle, and often comes last in these combination words. So 辆, measure word for vehicles. 颜色, second tone, fourth tone, meaning color. And this 色 is often used when describing what color an object has. And then you say the color followed by 色, similar to how we constructed the directions with 面. It doesn't tell us the specific color, but that an object has a color. But 颜色 is the noun, so 颜色 means color. So for the final three words, we're gonna learn three colors. First, 红, second tone, meaning red. And this is probably the most important color in China, as it is a symbol of a great many positive things, which you can see, for example, in the Chinese flag or in many other parts of Chinese culture, where red is often the main color. So 红, meaning red. 黑, first tone, means black. I imagine an old school typewriter when I see this, with the levers down here striking against the paper up here. And of course, a typewriter always types in black, so 黑 means black. Final word for this week is 白, second tone, meaning white. And a large part of this character is the sun radical, and white is the brightest color, so often associated with sunlight. So I find it pretty easy to remember that 白 means white if you just focus on the sun radical. So 白 means white. So, as for the new sentences this week, of course, we have 6 new sentences. First of them, 你要不要? We have 你, you, 要, to want in this case, 不要, don't want. So we have this alternative way of saying questions. And notice that we changed the tone of the 不 because there is a 4th tone coming after it. So instead of saying 你要不要, we say 你要不要. Change it to the 2nd tone. Do you want some? And this could be a common way, for example, when I hold out a bottle of water and I say to my friend who I offered to, 你要不要? Do you want some water? But I just say, do you want some? Because it's clear what I mean. 请看看菜单. Please, 请看看. So 看 means to see or look, and when we have 2 of them together, it becomes a bit more casual, as we've learned previously. And then 菜单 is menu, so please have a look at the menu. 请坐下. 请, again, meaning please in this case, because it's a pretty small gesture. 坐下, sit down, so please have a seat, as we would say in English. 你住在哪个饭店? You live 在 location 哪个 which 饭店 hotel. So you live or stay, as we say in English, at which hotel? 那辆车是什么颜色? 那 that 辆 measure word 车 car or vehicle, as we say. 是 to be 什么 which 颜色 color. So that car is what color? So which color is that car? And lastly, we have 外面很冷. 外 is from last week, you remember? It means outside. And when we add this 面, it becomes the direction relative to where we are right now. So 外面很冷, and as long as I don't put emphasis on the 很, it doesn't have to mean very cold. It's just an indication that it's an adjective. But if I say 外面很冷, it would mean very cold. But in this case, when I don't put emphasis on it, it just means it's cold outside. So those were all the sentences for this week. As always, I look forward to seeing you in class.